We begin with breaking news right now on Good Day Charlotte. I'm Brigida Mack here in studio. That breaking news on Beatties Ford Road near Hornets Nest Park, where a police chase has come to an end. Our Chuck Rhodes has been following this as he works remotely this morning. Chuck, what do you know?
Good morning, Brigida. Coming in this morning, before the show even started, I was listening to scanner chatter about a police chase in North Charlotte. Looks like they've taken a suspect into custody in the 7600 block of Freebird Avenue. We're live on the scene in that area right now. This is in North Charlotte, off of Reams Road, not far from Beatties Ford and Hornets Nest Park, as Brigida just mentioned, but still several emergency teams on the scene here, 7600 block of Freebird Avenue. There is no traffic impact at this point, but several emergency teams in the area. We're still gathering details on why we had a police chase, and we'll be sure to let you know in real time. Again, a breaking news situation. Suspect taken into custody, 7600 block of Freebird Avenue. This is in the Beatties Ford Trinity neighborhood. We'll keep you posted. Brigida, back to you.
Thank you, Chuck. Right now, we want to get to our meteorologist, Nick Koser. He is also working from home this morning and has your forecast. And I got to tell you, I guess today's weather, Nick, is our reward for making it through the rainy start to our Monday.
Yeah, that's actually a good way to look at it. It was a little bit nasty out there yesterday morning, right? It cleared up quickly, though. I mean, we really salvaged a nice afternoon out there yesterday. And, well, this afternoon is going to be more of the same, really, although it's going to be a bit on the windy side, and you can't totally rule out a shower for today. No rain showing up into the mountains right now, but that could change as we head into the later hours of the show. As you can see, there is some rain trying to dive in with a quick moving cold front, actually, out of Kentucky and Tennessee. So we're going to watch out for that, and we'll time some of that out here in just a bit. But you don't need your umbrella for your morning commute if you're an essential worker and you have to get going. No rain, roads are nice and dry. Concord's at 50, Hickory 50, Morganton 41, and we've got Statesville coming in right now at a 49. So here's your day ahead. And I think we see plenty of sun at 61. Again, it's going to be a bit gusty out there at times. And then at 3 o'clock, some clouds will be around. Current temperature then at about 74. And that's the window between about 2 and 4, where if you're going to see some rain in your neighborhood, that's when it could pop up, although chances are low. We'll get you those rain chances here coming up with your 7-day in 10 minutes. For now, get it right back to you in the studio, Brigida.
Thank you, Nick. We continue our coverage of coronavirus. Starting today, the Charlotte City Council will launch its task force group to explore ways to deal with the impact of coronavirus in our area. I want to go live to our Amber Roberts. She begins our team coverage this morning. Amber.
Good morning, Brigida. Mayor Vi Lyles and members with the City Council are trying to figure out what they can do to help people bounce back during and after this pandemic. Specifically, they are focusing on families and businesses. The COVID-19 crisis is really hitting the nation hard, and Charlotte is no exception. So starting today, the city will start doing community recovery task force meetings. The public is encouraged to watch these meetings on the city's government channel and social media sites. They will explore post-recovery efforts on different days of the week and focus on a different area of the city that needs this specialized attention. This is how they plan to tackle it logistically. They've created subcommittees within the task force, including a small business committee that will meet Tuesdays weekly from 10:30 in the morning until noon. Then there's an airport committee. They will meet Thursdays weekly from 10 a.m. until 11:30 a.m. And there's also a housing committee that will meet on Thursdays weekly from noon until 1:30 in the afternoon. These committees represent areas in the city that are really having a tough time right now, and the city council and the mayor hope to come together and brainstorm ideas to help them get through this pandemic situation. Live in Charlotte, I'm Amber Roberts, Fox 46, getting results.
Thank you, Amber. We appreciate that. We continue, of course, to bring you the latest on this COVID-19 pandemic as we work around the clock to keep you and your family safe. And we here at Fox 46 are committed to facts over fear. And right now, we know that Vice President Mike Pence, who heads up the White House Coronavirus Task Force, says every state in the country has adequate testing capacity. Pence also says every governor should begin the process to reopen.
Governors once again today that by our best estimates, we have enough testing capacity today for every state in America to go to phase 1 if they meet the other criteria of 14 days of reduced cases and sufficient hospital capacity to prepare for any eventuality that may occur.
However, health leaders here in North Carolina don't agree that there is adequate testing. They say one step to reopening the Tar Heel state is proper testing. And Mecklenburg County Health Director Gibby Harris says that is not currently happening. She also says it remains a big obstacle in their fight against this virus.
Every governor, even at the federal level, the discussion has been if we're going to start releasing some of the pressure on some of the restrictions that we've seen across the country, we've got to have better testing available to us and better contact tracing. At this point in time in this county, we do not have that.
However, South Carolina feels differently. Governor Henry McMaster in particular, as he is now allowing counties and towns to decide to reopen the beaches of the Palmetto State, and stores also will once again be open for shopping. I want to go live to our Jamal Goss. He is in Rock Hill this morning following this part of our coverage. Good morning, Jamal.
Brigida, good morning. Well, today at noon, some beaches will reopen. Actually, South Carolina beaches will reopen. Some retailers have already reopened, and more are expected to reopen following the governor's executive order from yesterday. McMaster is allowing local officials to delegate and decide whether people can have access to the waterways. Local law enforcement will be enforcing social distancing guidelines. No more than 3 people can gather and no more than 20% of any retail store can be occupied at once. A list of retailers that have reopened or will open today include furniture stores, clothing and shoe stores, department stores, home furnishing stores, music stores, sporting goods stores, and jewelry stores. Health officials announced 64 new cases and say more than 4,400 people have tested positive for the coronavirus.
I think it's very wrong. I really do. I think that when the schools are closed, everything else should be shut down.
It's dangerous, especially to people my age.
And several city leaders in places like Myrtle Beach and Sullivan's Island have decided not to reopen, fearing another possible outbreak of the coronavirus. Reporting live this morning in Rock Hill, I'm Jamal Goss, Fox 46, getting results.
Fox 46 has also learned some beaches in North Carolina have reopened. All 36 public beach access points in Surf City are now open. Also, Emerald Isle, Atlantic Beach, and New Hanover County have reopened. However, the beaches have strict guidelines. Most public parking is closed, and you can only go to the beach to exercise. No sunbathing is allowed. Beach Patrol will be out to make sure everyone is following the laws and the guidelines in place. And other states across the country are beginning the process to reopen. Georgia Governor Brian Kemp says restaurants, gyms, hair salons, and other businesses can begin to reopen on Friday. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis set to announce his plan to reopen sometime this week. And a group task force in Tennessee is working to get businesses there back open as soon as next Monday. Here at home, we need to go to Cabarrus County. Health leaders there have linked dozens of COVID-19 cases and 5 deaths to one rehabilitation facility. Fox 46's Ann Wyatt Little is live outside that rehabilitation facility. It's called Five Oaks. She has the very latest. Good morning, Ann Wyatt.
Well, good morning, Brigida. The Cabarrus Health Alliance launched an investigation after learning of one positive case here. They've done more than 300 tests. 74 of them came back positive. Now, 5 of them are staff members who don't live in Cabarrus County. And then, of course, they linked those 5 fatalities here. And we don't know anything about those 5 people other than that their average age was 88. The county public health director says what happened here shows just how contagious the coronavirus can be and how hard it is to stop it in facilities like this. Five Oaks is following state guidelines set for facilities and working closely with health officials. Restrictions are in place for visitors. Now, as of Monday, Cabarrus County had 218 confirmed cases, 74 of them linked here to this facility. They're asking anyone who may have had contact with someone who works here at Five Oaks or a resident to monitor their symptoms. Now, just to give you an idea, this is not the only facility in the area struggling. Mecklenburg County says there are outbreaks at 8 facilities in Mecklenburg. Reporting live in Cabarrus County, Ann Wyatt, Little Fox 46, getting results.
Thank you, Ann Wyatt. Another big concern for Mecklenburg County health leaders, COVID-19 is not set to peak here until the end of June 27th to be exact. That's the latest revised date for when hospitals could see the biggest strain on their resources. The time now is 5:10. I want to bring in my co-anchor, Paige Failing. She's working from home this morning. And, you know, Paige, we are learning more about coronavirus outbreaks in the prison system.
A big one here. Yeah, Brigida, exactly right. More than half of the inmates now at one North Carolina prison in Goldsboro have tested positive for coronavirus. There are now 357 cases at Noose Correctional Institution. 13 staff members are also sick there. None of the inmates has been hospitalized. Most of the patients, they say, are asymptomatic. A truckload of personal protective equipment delivered there on Saturday to help clean the facility from top to bottom. And to help out, Johnston Correctional in Smithfield has also shut down and moved some of its 600 inmates to our area now. Those offenders are now being held in Morganton. Staff members at the Johnson facility will now be reassigned to Noose Correctional to help make sure security levels there are still met. And the Mecklenburg County Jail has now received 50,000 protective face masks. According to the Mecklenburg Sheriff's Office, just some of the 1,400 inmates will get those. The jail's employees are considered a bigger threat to contract COVID-19 because of them working in a broad area outside the jail, whereas inmates mostly remain in the building and are limited when it comes to movement and interaction. Jason Harper, those are the headlines coming to you from my house. Let's take it over to you for what's coming out of Washington from your house.
I will take it from you, Paige. Yeah, thank you very much, and good Tuesday morning, everyone. So out of Washington, the president announcing this morning that he's actually closing the United States borders to new immigrants. Now, last night, President Trump tweeted out saying that he's going to temporarily suspend all immigration to the U.S. as the country continues to battle the coronavirus pandemic, adding the move will protect American workers. No details were announced just yet. And still developing, the Paycheck Protection Program ran out of funding last week. Now lawmakers are working on a bill that would actually replenish it. Negotiations continued on Capitol Hill over a bill, but that would add more money to the coronavirus relief package. Along with getting more money to the Paycheck Protection Program, lawmakers are also fighting to get more money to hospitals and funds set aside for testing. All right, it is 5:12. I want to toss it back to the studio with Brigida Mack.
All right, Jason, thank you. Still to come here on Good Day, a local restaurant getting results for its employees let go because of the pandemic, how the owner was able to rehire them. It's 5:13, another live look outside on this Tuesday. Good Day Charlotte returns right after this.